What's going on, everyone? So it's been a while since I made a video. I got really sick, and took me a while to get a doctor's appointment, and they got to do a referral to refer you to a specialist, and now I got to have a wonderful, so exciting, an upper endoscopy. Um, Anyways, so I stopped making videos for a while just because I got really sick and I ended up losing a ton of weight. Um, I was originally 240 pounds, so that part is good, but being the sick is not. And during the process of getting sick and trying to get better, it's a little difficult to keep making content about being positive when you're sick. And not that I stopped being positive, but just had to have a different state of mind. I didn't have enough energy to throw up new videos, and keeping myself positive was enough work for myself. I didn't have enough time to do anything else. Anyways, um, I'm back. I wanted to make some more content. The content was all through what happened when I was sick. I got into making probiotic sodas, so healthy sodas, because I thought I had something issues with my gut, my stomach, GERD, whatever you want to call it. I thought it was a hiatal hernia. I thought it was so many different things, and symptoms from all these different areas, they all overlap with each other. So you can't really figure out what's going on. So even if you were to go to the doctor and explain, hey, I have this issue with whatever, swallowing, or what part, what part of there's four stages of swallowing, so which area, and you got to explain all this stuff, and then the doctor's trying to guess what's wrong with you, you're trying to guess what's wrong with you, and it's just a big, anyways, it was stressful nonetheless. I got really big into drinking Kefir, which is a fermented milk drink. Wonderful, gives good probiotics, prebiotics or probiotics. Anyways, you guys figure it out. Do the research. It really good for your stomach, for your gut health. Apparently, those good bacteria stay with you in your digestive tract, and you guys like work together, your body and these good bacteria. Um, Anyways, stuff is really good. I don't need to put videos about making kefir. You guys can find all that stuff everywhere else. But I had some cool probiotic soda recipes that were really simple. I'm gonna throw up there. Another thing that I got really into is because I had I already have anxiety. I'm sure a million other people of you guys have anxiety as well, and just suffer from your brain running all the time, thinking about all these different things. And then if you did have a small spiritual awakening or a big spiritual awakening, then it's even more like, whoa, what's going on? Because a good explanation for this that I heard was that originally, because of your ego, you had all these goals and all these ambitions, and oh, I want to get this car, I want to get this house, I want to get this job, and that's all based on a part of your ego, right? And once you have that spiritual awakening, it's not about the ego anymore. So your soul or your brain or your body, and they're all trying to figure out what what are the next goals that you're trying to do. What is the next stage for you? Because obviously it's not about the ego anymore, and it's just a real difficult thing to go through. And it's not that you're lacking any motivation, it's just that your brain was originally attuned for your ego, so you wanted certain things in your life, whatever, this job, this house, this car, this boyfriend, this girlfriend, whatever it is. you had all these ideas of what was your perfect life for your ego, and with your spiritual awakening, that stuff doesn't mean anything anymore. So a lot of people, they go into themselves more, and it's all a process trying to figure out what the new stage is, what the new direction you want to take in your life is, and it's not easy. Anyways, so the next thing I wanted to talk about was Kava. Kava is humongous, and it has been helping me tremendously with being sick and everything. I got, what is this? This endoscopy is in another couple months. So I mean, I've been sick for probably like a year, and 6 months it started getting like really bad, and that was when I dropped down to like 120. I think I'm back up to like 150 now, which is a lot better than where I was at, because I was looking so sickly and horrible. But once again, still trying to figure out what exactly is wrong. But for the most part, if you're really sick, things aren't just going to get better by themselves. So I mean, that's the positive thoughts I'm keeping in my head, right? Because we all got to maintain positivity. You can't be like, oh, I'm gonna get sick and all this other stuff. Nah, you don't need to delve into all that. Anyways, so that's what's been going on. That's the reason why I haven't been putting out any content, because I've been dealing with real life issues and real life problems. And very difficult to maintain putting out positive content and pouring out that positive energy to everybody else when you barely have enough energy for yourself. All right, so Kava, what does it do? Basically, Kava functions just like a natural benzo, a natural Valium, a natural Xanax that doesn't have any. Obviously, it's not on that level. It's not that potent, but it doesn't have those adverse side effects that you will become physically addicted to it, and you must have it. Obviously, with anything else, if you don't have it, it's you're not gonna die, but it's not gonna be wonderful either. It's gonna be like, oh well, I kind of miss that. Well, yeah, people miss having a beer every now and then, but it's a good, safe alternative. I'm not a very big drinker. I never have been. I think it was because my dad was a big drinker, but I never really like drinking so much. Every once in a while, a beer. I like those Linderman raspberry framboise. Oh, if you haven't tried it, try it. Those things are fire. They got the cherry ones are really good as well, but the raspberry framboise and the cherry ones, so awesome. It doesn't even taste like a beer. It tastes like a sour, tangy juice thing. All the ladies will love it because it is just it's very delicious. Anyways, back to Kava. So, basically, Kava's effects are like it just kind of mellows you out. It takes whatever anxious state that your brain might have been in, and it kind of slows everything down. I have a very addictive personality, and probably a lot of other people are as well. But it's like a delayed reaction to something happens. Oh, I really want that cookie. For instance, I want this cookie, but do I really want that cookie? It allows you to. I can't. It's difficult to explain. It's just it's a unique substance. It doesn't make you feel high. It's not like marijuana or alcohol or any other type of substance out there. It's a natural herb, but it does have some of the positive effects of drinking an alcoholic beverage, the ability to communicate, it's a lot easier to settle your thoughts and stop overthinking. Very easy to have that social aspect of having an alcoholic beverage or smoking a J, or whatever it is that you might do, um, without the negative effects, without the slurred speech. You're still thinking just like you normally are thinking. You're very clear headed. You're not falling all over yourself, slurring. You're not vomiting. You don't have any of these negative side effects, but you still have the ability to be social, and interactive with your communication skills along with everybody else. One of the first ones that I tried was Heritage Kava. Uh, Heritage Kava is a Fijian kava, and to me, if you know anything about marijuana, okay, there's indicas and there's sativas, right? So the indicas are more like a body high, right? They give you this pronounced body heaviness that makes you very relaxed, and where you could just sink into a couch or your chair and just chill out and watch TV, right? And that's more of an indica. Very heavy behind the eyes, and not so good for energetic for most people. For some people, it's switches on them. Okay, and then you have the sativas, which are more of a cerebral, more of a mental euphoria that's very clear, maybe motivating, maybe energetic, where you could go and get things done, versus the indica where you just kind of want to sit there and just relax because it's got everything calmed down and chilled. Okay, so to me, the Fijians and the Tongan kavas, they're more cerebral. They're more like going towards the sativa direction. And the curious thing about kava is that it actually depends on how you make the kava. It pulls out certain effects more. So by making kava in cold water, and this is a study on roots and I don't know. I'll put it up here somewhere. Roots and pestle, no, something like that. But they did a study and they made kava in hot and cold water to see how much the cavalactones they pulled out. And cavalactones are basically the substance that has its effects. And there's long-lasting cavalactones and short-lasting cavalactones. And the more of the heady kavas, the quote-unquote sativa kavas, right? Those, if you make it in cold water, it actually pulls out more of the cerebral, more of the euphoric, the mental cavalactones. Okay, and this is from what I've noticed. Now maybe I'm wrong, but this is for me. Results may vary. Just put it that way. Okay, I've noticed that when I make kava with warmer water, not hot water, warmer being a max temperature of 140, they did a study that temperatures after 140 degrees, they pull out a lot more sediment, but also the heavier cavalactones are easily pulled out. They're pulled out a lot easier with the warmer water. It gives more of I would say, more of the heavy indica type effects, more of the body effects. And that's even if you made the Fijian or the Tongan kava with warmer water, up to 140 degrees, you would notice that the effects would be less cerebral. Well, I noticed the effects are less cerebral and more body. Even with a kava that is normally known to be heady. But if I make it with cold water, it's just like a straight euphoric cerebral sativa. I can go and do whatever it is that I need to do. There's no stupor. There's no second guessing. You're very clear headed. It's like I would say it's kind of like a neurotropic. It's very unusual, very unusual herb. It is very unusual, and I had done a lot of research on this a long time ago, but I never felt that I was at the point where I really needed it. And if you're just one of those people who's high strung and has a lot of anxiety and is always anxious, or suffer from a lot of stress or even depression or anything like that, I really recommend you guys try out Kava. And it has this funny thing called reverse tolerance, where it might be the first time you try it, you don't really feel anything. It might be you can take it for 2 weeks straight and you really don't, you're not feeling the effects of it. But there will be a time where these kavalactones will build up in your body, and then you might notice that you only need to take like a shell, like a half a cup or a cup of kava, and before you were just guzzling it like crazy and it didn't seem like it had any effect on you. It's kind of like the receptors in your brain are filling up with this with these kavalactones, and they're helping you out, but it's not instant. I believe there's another thing like that. It's a ashwagandha or something. It plays a role with your GABA functions in your brain. It doesn't deplete them, but it plays a role. And along with the kavalactones, I believe they have an effect with your THC receptors, believe it or not, cannabinoid receptors. But once again, do the research, because I'm not a scientist or a doctor, and I just know how I feel, and just trying to help anybody else out there that might see this and be like, hey, I had mad stress. This dude says this might work. Why not? Let's try it. I think it's like $50 a pound, depending on where you get it from. And a pound, depending on how crazy you're drinking it, will last you a month. It's really not that expensive for what it does. For me, even if it was double the price, it would be worth it. Like, it honestly, it just calms your brain down. It slows it. Let's say that most people are very reactive. Okay, in a conversation, you're not really listening to the other person. You're waiting for them to finish speaking so you can speak. And this is the way a lot of people are. It's like we don't take time to listen and hear what the other person is saying. But with Kava, it seems to like slow down, and not like a stupid slow, but just like your ability to process things is just different, and in the best way possible. It's not in a negative way. So instead of reacting when somebody says something, you're processing it. Your brain is able to process it. So your brain's actually running a little bit faster, but it feels like everything is like a little slowed down. Which, for me, when I feel like my brain is just constantly going so quick and I'm thinking about 50 random things at the same time, and I've always been like that, and very difficult to slow my brain down. And once again, with that addictive personality, it kind of like goes into other places, but with Kava, not addictive, very beneficial. I recommend everybody to try it out. I'm gonna do some reviews on the Kava that I got, just show some pictures how it comes. I make kava the quick way. It's in a blender. You can do it however you want to do it. Some people use um, aloo balls. I don't really care. I just boom. I throw like a quarter scoop or quarter cup scoop in a blender, or 2/4 scoop cups in a blender, half a cup in a blender, and I like my kava a little bit stronger, but I'll blend it, and like I said, I'll do it the first time depending on, do you want cerebral or do you want body? And you're able to choose more what avenue. Obviously, different kavas have different effects. So the Fijian, the Tongan, the Samoan, all those are more cerebral. They have less of the um, longer acting body effects. But there's also one brand called Roots of Happiness, and they sell a cognac, a Papua New Guinea cognac, which is not a noble kava, which is the more of the euphoric sativa kind of kavas, mental, neurotropic, whatever words you might want to use for it. If you're functioning throughout the day and you got a lot of things to do, and you're doing work, or even if you're working and you just need to take a little edge off, definitely the noble kavas will help you get to where you need to be during the day. And like I said, it's not drunk, it's not alcoholic, you're not inebriated, you're not stuttering, stumbling, falling all over the place. You're able to articulate your words well, speak with other people well. It's not at all like alcohol, or like being on a benzo, or anything like that. Um, but yeah, definitely, I think you guys should try it out, and see what happens. It's kind of like, you're. It's kind of like nature's hug. That's the best way I can explain it. And there's like a natural hug that's comforting, and it goes over your brain and your body, and it makes it so you're just not so uppity and anxious, and in that what is that, fight or flight mode, right? And a lot of people these days are just, with everything that's going on in the world, they're in that state of fear or fight or flight mode, and they just don't know how to turn that off and get away from that. And this is one of the things that might be able to help you guys out. It's helped me out tremendously. Stay tuned. I'm going to be putting out, like I said, new videos about the probiotic sodas. I threw a whole bunch of different videos, like animation stuff, just to kill time. I wasn't doing anything, and I was really sick during that time anyways. And so I just put a whole bunch of entertaining Chinese animation videos up. I put a lot of cultivation knowledge, anybody that's in spiritual awakening. I put like translations to the Taoian on my Patreon page. It's all free anyways. You guys just go there and sign up. If you care to donate. If you don't, that's okay too. It's there. It's a ton of stuff on there about cultivation, and those are all translated from the original documents. Okay, but starting from now, I'm gonna be getting into doing more kava reviews, probiotic sodas, anything that's healthy and that has helped me out. I'm just trying to let everybody know what helped me, and hopefully it helps somebody else. So, anyways, I will see you guys next time. It's like I said, it's been a while since I did one of these, so I'm gonna have to get back on the bike, I guess. But yeah, stay tuned for the next episode. I'll be doing a heritage Kava review. It's Fijian Kava, great company, great packaging, and like I said, I'll go over all that with you, along with some of the other brands of Kava and their effects, because they're all different. And don't be intimidated by it, because sometimes people look into it and it's like, oh, I gotta do this, I gotta make this, or I read online this, and don't. If you guys didn't learn from COVID, don't believe everything you hear online. You know what I mean? Just don't believe everything you hear. Do your own research. Don't believe me. Do your own research. Figure your own stuff out. Maybe it might work for you. Maybe it might not. But it's another option that doesn't deal with addictive substances that you might get hooked on, either physically or mentally. Um, there's a lot of stuff like out there, even caffeine. So I'm not talking about any of the hardcore stuff, but it's that stuff as well. So even if you just want an alcohol alternative, drinking alcohol every day, it's not good for your body, and I'm not 100% against it, but and I do get its effects, and it does have certain benefits to it. But if there's something out there that can give you those benefits without giving you those negatives, why not try it, right? All right. I love you guys. That's the end of this video. I'm going to see you next time.